And if you're an entrepreneur and you don't want to go over your budget to help spread the word about your business, a local author shares the secrets you need to know in her new book. But first.
And as we draw near to the end of the year, this is the time for brands to show what they stand for as consumers become more selective about who they support, and purpose-driven storytelling becomes one of the strongest ways for businesses to build trust, connection, and long-term loyalty. You guys, our next guest champions world-changing innovators and small businesses to reshape their industries.
So good. Joining us now is author of You Need PR, Jenna Guarneri. Did I say that right? I nailed it. Yes. Welcome to ATL Live. We're so happy to have you here.
Appreciate it.
As a small business owner, I'm super excited to have this conversation with you. So let's start with what are some easy, affordable ways small businesses can start using PR.
So PR can be very approachable. So it's all about the simple steps you take that will make a big impact. So first, as a small business owner, you have a story. So where did you come from? Why did you start the business? Who are you impacting? Package that together, be a storyteller, and then share that through each of your channels of communication. And then what's also awesome is you could take that story and pitch it to the local media. Local media loves supporting their businesses in the community. They're highlighting those individuals, and that will help gain more exposure to your greater audience for sure.
And that's what we do here on ATL Live. We love spotlighting local businesses. And also, I mean, you guys are at the forefront of that, making sure that you connect us. And that's the word that I really want to focus on right now is connection, purpose-driven, making sure that you guys build those relationships with your clients. Would you just kind of expand on how important purpose-driven publicity really is?
100%. So think about right now, it's the holiday season, right? There's a greater sense of gratitude, connection, community. So if a business focuses more on their values versus a promotion or making a sale, they'll create more of that emotional connection on a more humanized level. And that increases the likelihood of brand trust, credibility, and that's how you gain long-time loyal customers.
You said the right thing, because people are buying from people that they trust. Not often the product is not selling them. There's a lot of different people who have the same product.
And we think publicity is selling, and I love that connection.
How do you stand out, right? It's a crowded market space. Maybe there are other people doing exactly what you do. How do you stand out?
That's a great question, because it's also important to note Atlanta was rated the #1 best city to start a business.
Come on now.
Let's go.
Hello.
So which means also more competition. So it's important, and we do this for our own clients too, to do a competitor analysis. How is the media talking about these companies? How are they showing up in social media? What are their customers saying? Look at the comments. And then you create messaging that's completely different, completely unique to who you are. And that will elevate you automatically as a business.
You just said messaging and elevate, which is a little bit of a combination of our next question, because an elevator pitch is really underestimated. And I think that no matter who you are, if you're a small business person, no matter what you are doing, you should have an elevator pitch about what you do. So let's get into this. What is kind of the recipe for the best elevator pitch?
I have to say, I work with so many founders, and this is the hardest thing to do because they're so genius and there's so much information, but they have so much trouble consolidating it to just 3 to 4 sentences, right?
It's hard to do.
It is, and everyone's excited about everything, right? But in order to think about our attention spans as adults now, even in general, because of social media, it's much smaller. So unless you're grabbing their attention in a very EEC way, efficient, effective, compelling, you may not get their attention. They may go on to the next thing, and then you may risk gaining another customer.
Is it like a 30-second thing, would you say?
Yes,
What's
the
that
30-second elevator pitch,
and you
right?
need to be able to tell a story in 30 seconds. It has to be like a beginning, like a problem, the problem you're solving, and a resolution all in that 30 seconds.
Exactly. And then you can keep building that out as you're getting more comfortable with your messaging. If we're sitting here for 5 minutes, now I know 30 seconds, and then this is the added messaging I want to add on to that extra since we have more time together. But the hook is in that 30 seconds.
Start with that 30, and then hopefully they say, well, tell me more, and then you can kind of elaborate.
You bait them in to get more excited about it, and then you got their buy-in.
If a founder is watching right now and they're saying, hey, I'm feeling a little stuck in my growth, what's 1 or 2 things you can tell them they can start doing today?
Yes, content is king for a reason. This is the world we live in, and that's how you'll get more eyeballs on you. Not everything will go viral, but it's important to start having conversations, put yourself out there, gain more visibility, the audience will come, even if you're just reaching one person.
And I'll speak to that if I can. Like, even though your stuff is not going viral, when you do have something that does go viral, people will go back and want to see what else you've been talking about. So you have to lay those bricks,
right? For sure. Think of us as a business too. We've been doing our own content for 10 years. Only recently we had a piece that went viral. Kim Kardashian liked it. Lindsay Lohan shared it. We couldn't predict that. And we were doing this for 10 plus years, you know? So you never know what's going to be the thing. And it could be something you don't even expect.
Well, we want your 20-second elevator pitch on your book before we go here. Because we ran out of time, but you have an incredible book here, You Need PR.
Yes. So this is for early stage entrepreneurs, founders, or anyone who just wants to learn about PR. Because a lot of people confuse PR with marketing. So this is going to break it down for you and give you some tips of what you could do.
That's how you do an elevator pitch right there.
Perfection. Thank you so much for being here. This has been wonderfully insightful. You Need PR is out right now. For more information, please visit atlLiveshow.com.
That's right.